Hi guys, welcome back to my channel. For those of you who are new here, hi, my name is Anna and I love talking about makeup, indie makeup, a lot of different makeup. So if you're into honest makeup reviews, then please hit that subscribe button and let's be makeup friends. Today I'm actually talking about a really small indie makeup brand that I discovered through Instagram called Sugar Drizzle Polish. And I saw that they released this duochrome eyeshadow palette, completely just duochrome. So if you're a duochrome lover, you love shimmers, you love different shifts, you should stick around and see what this palette has to offer. This palette retails for $39.95 and here is what it looks like. It's called the Sugar Drizzle palette. Now, when you look at the front, it's not the most amazing packaging in the world. I mean, it's not terrible, but it's not the most amazing. You're definitely paying for more of what's inside, but it does have a mirror, which I appreciate so much. But are you ready for the magical goodness part? Here's the magical goodness part. Here are the duochromes. I actually ordered this right before we moved. When I first got here, I actually already filmed a video on it and I just wasn't like working out really well for me. The video, the lighting, everything. And some of them look kind of similar in pan. I did do swatches. I'll post them here. It's kind of funny, this day that I was swatching, I was like, oh, I'm gonna get some really good photos. And I got a few good ones, but what happened was we were in the middle of moving and I was like, I wanna at least get swatches done before we pack up and move. And I got them done, but I didn't get the like pictures that I really loved of it, but my dog got out and we had to go chase him down, and of course the swatches got all messed up on my arm, so that's that story. But I'm gonna swatch them here for you so you guys can also see them. So the first one we have is called Sugar Spun. It is so hard to describe the shifts. So the shifts look even different on camera than they do when I look in it on from pan. This one is like this plummy green color. I feel like this one's more of the duochrome types of shades we normally see. The texture is very, very creamy. It does have a little bit of fallout. It is a little bit more flaky, so you kind of do have to rub it in. So using your fingers works a little bit better for this type of formula. The next one here is called Sugar Bear, and it just looks kind of like this. I'm terrible at describing these, but it looks like this purpley gray slash maroon slash, I don't know, you guys. We'll swatch it right there. It's really pretty purpley pink. That one's probably like not as intense of a shift or shimmer, but it's still really pretty. The next one is called Sugar Crush. This one is just like this beautiful teal moment, kind of like a teal to gold type of shift, because we're gonna swatch all of them, obviously. Super metallic. See, to me, like $39 for all of, all of these types of shades is really great. The texture kind of reminds me of Juvia's Place. If you've ever tried Juvia's Place like duochromes, they kind of are just really buttery, more smooth. Like I said, these do kind of flake up even though they are so smooth. This one's Sugar Cookie. Oh my gosh, that looks insane. When I look in the monitor right now, it looks teal, but when I look at it in person, it looks like this dark blue. Teal, dark blue shift. Like mermaid vibes. Hello. Ugh, so beautiful. Is this not gorgeous? Is this not gorgeous? And this is just the first row. This is just the first row. We've got more to go, guys. Next we have Sugar Me Sweet. I don't really know. It's like this very royal purple shade. Very pretty, but like I said, you kind of do have to warm them up with your fingers a little bit more so than some other, because I don't want to call them oily, but they do just, I don't know, they just work better when they're warmed up with the finger. But I think that's what makes them so smooth as well. Next we have, this one is called Sugar Cube, and this one is really pretty. From the way I'm looking at it, it looks very magenta sometimes, but it looks very purple. This one feels even softer, purple to blue almost. Wow, it feels so soft. So pretty. Like, how do you choose? Like, which one do I want to wear today? All of them. I'm gonna put them all on my face today. Just kidding. Today I probably will only do two because I'm going to my friend's house, but so much to choose from. Like, just within the first two rows. Like, we're not even done swatching the first two rows. But this one is definitely more like shiny, and this one, some of them have more like glitteriness reflect to them, and some of them are just more like a shimmer. I of course like the more glittery ones. Next is called Sugar Bubbles. This is a really pretty shade. It looks like blue, but sometimes purple. It's sometimes green. I don't know. It's kind of insane. The shifts are crazy on this one. It's kind of more of a sheer toppery type, but really pretty. So beautiful. Ah! This one is like a hot pink and it kind of shifts orangey. It's like a hot pink gold, almost coral sometimes. It's so hard to pick up the shifts on these. It's just very hard sometimes. We're gonna just swatch that there. Dun, 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 dun. So we have swatched the first 2 rows. Oh my gosh, gorgeous. On to the second row, Sugar Delight. This one's like a beautiful kind of grungy gold, like antique gold mixed into like pink, purple, maroon. It's just very stunning, very beautiful. I don't know if I have anything like this in my collection. We're gonna switch to the other hand. I think it's easier to see it when I do it on my hand. It's just easier to hold up my hand than it is my wrist, because then you're like twisting it in the weird directions. This one is a little bit more toppery too. As you can see, it has just like really pretty red glitter reflect, but then kind of has like a grunginess to it where it goes like this antique gold, but almost a little bit gray sometimes. I don't know. It's really interesting. It's really pretty. But again, that one is a little bit more like a topper. So this one looks maroon when I look at it in pan right now, but when I show it to you guys, it looks blue. So it's probably like a maroon to gold shift. There are a few that look somewhat similar in pan in here. This one definitely has a lot more blue shift, I think, than. Remember that first shade we swatched that I said, yeah, it has more maroon than the first one. Oh, and that one, the first one shifts to green. This one shifts maroon to blue. And we have Sugar Babes, which is another kind of more neutral one. It's kind of like the champagne that shifts to green, to pink, to everything. It reminds me of this one that I have from Looksy Beauty, which is like this. It looks pretty identical, honestly. Beautiful, definitely more of a topper shade. And then last but not least, we have Sugar Sugar, which I think this one is more like a blue-based purple, more pinky, fairy-esque toppery shade. Because I know like it starts seeming like all of them look very purple in pan. But I mean, if you look at these, there's nothing that looks identical. So this one looks kind of similar. But I would say this one's more glittery, toppery. This one has more actual pigment. Holy smokes, like my hands look so cool right now. This is with my light turned off. Like, do you see how shiny they are even with no ring light? This is just natural light coming in from a window. Oh my Lanta. Oh my gosh, it's so good. Hand show. So before I put some on the eyes, I am going to put some matte in the crease so that we can just use these kind of on the eyelids. Here we go. I'm back. So to do my crease, I kind of created like a little room to do kind of like a halo eye with these. I used my very favorite palette called the Kaleidos Flower Punk palette. I've been using this palette nonstop, and I basically just use this one right here called Golden Age, the very pukey yellow green, and the darker one for the inner and outer corner called Earthship. I just love this palette. I'll link my review down below for you, but I've really been enjoying it. So last time I tried using these, I couldn't use them the way I normally do. Normally, I apply a glitter glue and then I'll take it on a flat brush, pick it up in pan, and pack it on. It just, maybe we'll try it on one eye and then we'll try how I think will be best. So I'm gonna use a glitter glue, again, called Tacky Base. This one's a very affordable one from Shop Miss A. It's like $1.44. I do prefer the NYX glitter glue, but this one is $1.44, so it's like, you know, way cheaper, and it works. So first we're gonna put some on my hands, and then I like to take a flat brush, kind of do a little tap, tap, tap motion to get, you know, it out, tap it out, and we're gonna stick it where we want it. We're gonna put it where we want it. Sorry for the flyaways. This was a very impromptu video. And I think we're gonna go ahead in with Sugar Spun, which is the first one. I'm gonna try and keep it a little bit more green-y. Do that in the center. Beautiful. Okay, it's working just fine this time like this. I don't know what I was talking about last time, but now it's working. And then we're gonna take Sugar Crush, this one. So beautiful. Sugar Crush, this one is definitely more like green, gold. Very pretty. I think that would look really pretty on its own to add to like the kind of murkiness to this look. But you know, we want to use some colors. And then last but not least, we're going to take some of Sugar Cookie and we're going to try and stick to all the green blues for this look. And we're going to put a little bit on the outer. Definitely has a lot more depth than the other two, as you can see. Very pretty. And then for the inner corner, we're going to take Sugar Bubbles. And we're just going to add a little bit of shine right here. Super pretty. There we go. You can see the different shades. I'm gonna do the other eye probably the same exact way and I'll be back. All right, so here are my eyes. I definitely preferred using less glitter glue. I put more glitter glue on this eye. It did make it more intense, more foiled, but it kind of also did pick up some product. So I'd almost say less is more with this glitter glue at least. But I think it's really beautiful. You can tell all the different shifts in the shades and it really created this grungy green mermaid-esque look paired with the Flower Punk palette. That's what I love about using and like buying all duochrome palettes is they can really take a plain matte look to a whole different time, different dimension. It could just turn it magical. So I definitely think this is worth the value, especially if you're just starting off getting into indie makeup brands. I do, however, want to throw it out there. I don't think this is like my favorite formula to work with. It's not bad by any means, but I don't think it's the easiest necessarily to work with. I feel like if you used your finger, that would be really good too. I didn't have problems picking it up with a brush with glitter glue. I'm not sure if you use a dry brush how well that would work, but that goes with almost all duochromes. Like I said, if you've ever used Juvia's Place shimmers before, especially like the duochromes, it really reminds me of one of the like newer formulas they've been using, which I really liked. So I do like this. Go check them out. They've been launching more duochrome things like duochrome pencils, duochrome liquid eyeshadows, which look really, really cool. It always is really exciting when an indie makeup brand launches new things. Like they don't just launch one thing, they like start branching out and doing other things as well. So that's really neat. I look forward to seeing what else they come out with. The only thing I think that I would say is their other palettes do have really cute packaging because I've seen them, they have little animals. This one's not my favorite, but again, for this one, I think you're paying more for like what's inside and I'd rather keep the price lower, you know, for duochromes and not necessarily absolutely adore the packaging than have fantastic packaging and have to pay like $10 more because it has pretty packaging. I appreciate it. I'll link them down below. I'm not affiliated with them whatsoever. Oh, one more thing I do want to point out is customer service. The owner was amazing. I was in the middle of moving here and I messaged them saying, hey, I don't know how long it's going to take to ship. I just wanted to make sure because we're in the middle of moving and I want to make sure I have the right address. And they completely worked with me. They're like, this one says palette will arrive. So then I knew to put down the address before we moved and it got there right in time. So thankful for great customer service, great communication. Let me know if you guys plan on picking this up. What do you guys think of this color story? I think it's beautiful. So many different things you can do. Just throw some mattes in the crease and put one all over the lid, put it on the inner corner to spice up your life. There's just lots of cool things you can do with this and super excited, especially about the price point. I think that was a really good price point. Thank you so much for watching and hopefully I will see you in my next video. Bye guys.